Hey guys, Lexus driver here. Welcome to a new video. Now on this video, this is regarding pure electric cars from Toyota and Lexus. Now, the one I have on the left here, this is from Toyota, and the one on the right here I have are from Lexus. So, I'm gonna go on a limb here on the charging ports that are used, in North America and also where I'm from, the Philippines. So this one is the North American charging system. This is on newer Toyota BZ and Lexus RZ because Toyota and Lexus, they want to utilize the Tesla the Tesla charging ports, because it looks compact and whatnot. I mean, I understand, they wanted to go with the simplicity of the charging ports, but here in the Philippines, since we use a voltage of since we use a voltage between 220 volts and 240 volts, we actually use the old style charging ports like this one. So as you can see here, there's so as you can see right here, they use the charging port with a cover on it. This kind of charging port, I really miss this charging port ever since, Toyota and Lexus in North America, they upgraded their vehicles. The newer vehicles now use the North American charging system. It's for, to utilize the Tesla charging the Tesla charging stations. But this one, I uh, I really miss this kind of charging port because, this is like really a staple of charging stations, and when you charge your own vehicle. The cool thing about these charging ports for the Toyota BZ and the Lexus RZ, as you can see right here, the moment you open the port when you're about to charge, you would typically open the top part, because the top part is what you would use primarily for level 1 and level 2 charging. But when you want to charge in a hurry, there's also what's called a DC fast charging. So if you're going to be using DC fast charging, you have to open all two dust covers, like the top part, the bottom part. But for Lexus, only the bottom part, and then you can utilize, the fast charging. So I find that's pretty cool. But for this one here, the Tesla charging ports, like this one here for the Toyota BZ and the and for the Lexus RZ. I mean, I understand, the simplicity, but I'd say it's all in one. Uh, I understand the simplicity, but I really miss I really miss the charging port, where when you open the charging port, you have to open the dust cover. Where, well, for Toyota, yeah, you have to for Toyota, you only have two dust covers, the top part and the bottom part. But for Lexus right here, only the bottom part has the dust cover. So, you know, when you want to charge your vehicle a lot faster, when using the DC power charging, for Toyota, you have to open all two dust covers, whereas for Lexus, you only have to open the bottom dust cover and then charge away. So I really miss this kind of charging port, but I'd say it's because Toyota and Lexus in North America, they want to get rid of the bulky the bulky charging system. I mean, the bulky charging system, I have no problems with that, as long as, it provides adequate charging for your vehicles. So you know since here in the Philippines, since our voltage is between 220 volts to 240 volts, I guarantee a lot of our vehicles will be charging a lot faster, because 120 volts for charging, I would say that it would take between 3 to 6, about between 3 to 6 hours of charging. And to make sure it charges correctly, Toyota and Lexus recommends that you need to have a 15 amp circuit or higher. Otherwise, with a lower amperage, that could damage your battery and the charging system. So Toyota and Lexus recommends that for the vehicle to charge correctly, they recommend a 15 amp circuit or higher. And then a 240 volt charging station, you would charge your vehicle a lot faster. It reduces your charging time to about 90 minutes, whereas a DC fast charging, it charges your vehicle for up to 30 minutes, about up to 30 minutes. So that's pretty cool. But given the fact that Toyota and Lexus in North America wanted to adapt to using the Tesla charging, the Tesla charging systems, I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. It's their design when it comes to charging vehicles in North America. But the charging system is not just in North America, but also in certain countries like Central America, Taiwan. Yeah, but here in the Philippines, we don't use here in the Philippines since we here in the Philippines since we use the voltage between 220 volts and 240 volts. We're not using the North American charging system because this feels like this is only for between 100 this is between 120 volts to 240 volts. So a lot of the electric vehicles that we use here in the Philippines, we use the European system. So we don't use we don't use the North American charging system because I'd say it's because of our voltage. But I would say that the Philippines is still committed to using this kind of charging ports for electric vehicles. And for somewhat, I find that these charging ports are okay. Regardless of what the charging ports look like, as long as these vehicles provide adequate charging for vehicles, for electric vehicles. So this is the charging system that we use here in the Philippines. It's the European system, but really, when newer electric vehicles from Toyota and Lexus began improving in North America, they replaced it with the Tesla charging system. But I would say I'm okay with either charging. I'm okay with either charging ports as long as they provide adequate charging for the vehicles. So here's the Toyota one, and here's the Lexus one. But anyway, guys, that's all I have this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and be sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay updated on new content I have on my YouTube channel. But anyway, guys, that's all I have this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, and have a good day, everybody.